What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one, talk about what Sherrone Moore said, talking about the standard at Michigan and the expectations for fall camp. Plus, Donovan Edwards talks about his offseason, why he is healthier this offseason, and the running back room, as he talked about the two incoming freshmen. Plus, the Michigan players talk about repeating what they did in the 2023 season. We also talk about where Michigan players rank in the player ratings in the new College Football 25 video game, and we talk about Michigan's 2025 recruiting class, who's next to commit, and which positions they still need to add at. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I did want to talk about is head coach Sherrone Moore, as he had an interview with Big Ten Network recently. He spoke about fall camp coming up. He said, I think the biggest thing you want to see is you create a callus of physicality and a mentality to continue to sustain and strain in tight moments. He said, we'll create that as much as we can within camp, but also stay healthy. We got a great schedule ahead of it, and we're excited about the schedule. He also said that the culture that's built now is the guys understand that, and they understand that it doesn't really matter who's in that seat, who's in that chair, who is in those uniforms. The standard stays the same. He said when you wear the block M, you wear it with pride. You got to go attack it and try to go win championships. We know there's a process to it, and we'll keep attacking that process. He also talked about, obviously, the situation last season. He had to come in as acting head coach. And he said, I think when you have the faith in your players, your program, the coaches, everybody behind you, and how you're prepared, it puts you in a good position mentally. And that was the main thing that helped me keep me poised and calm. It's next man up, whether it was a player or a coach. We had that same mentality, so that really helped me in those moments. He also talked about winning the national championship. He said it was just kind of a pause of a moment, like we really did that. He said to take that in that moment was something special. And I did say it took a couple days, maybe a week or so, to sink in, to actually realize what happened. He said, but it took a couple days, and I was sitting on the couch one day, and I was like, man, we really did win the national title. Then he also talked about what summer looks like for him. He said June, recruiting, lots and lots of recruiting, and then he said July, hopefully get some time to spend at my house with my family, and super excited about that. It certainly was a busy month of June for recruiting, a lot of official visit weekends, and Michigan also picked up a lot of commits during that month as they look to continue their momentum right now on the recruiting trail. Also wanted to talk about what Donovan Edwards said at a signing event for Hale Impact at Born in Detroit, and I talked about playing last season, coming off a knee injury he played through the prior season, which forced him to miss some preseason practice time. He said I was coming off the knee injury, and then I was also having other problems in my body, which had me sit out of fall camp. That he wasn't getting the reps, wasn't getting his confidence. Then he just had the fire back in his soul. He said he had it back, and now he's much healthier this off season. And he said, when you know your abilities and you know what you can do, you want to be out there. He said, I just wasn't out there as much as I wanted to be out there, which is perfectly fine because we were still winning football games. Sometimes you just got to take a back seat role. And he said, my mindset has always been that everybody has to eat. I want everybody to eat. Like this year, I don't care how many touches I get. I just better be able to do what I have to do with the opportunities that I get. So I don't have to be Superman on every single play, but if there's a play that I could go 50 yards, I'm going to take it 50 yards. Edwards obviously took advantage of the moment in the national championship game, and he comes through in big games in a big way for Michigan usually. So hopefully, a healthier offseason gets him ready to strike right away early in the season. Edwards also talked about the leaders who have stepped up on the team, and I said, senior Max Bredesen, graduate Makari Page, senior Josiah Stewart. Those three guys just popped in my mind. But he also talked about other guys like Colston Loveland, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Will Johnson, Zeke Berry, Alex Orji, and I also said Davis Warren is definitely one I've seen as an offensive leader who's really been a lot more vocal. And then he also talked about the running back room. Obviously, it's going to be him, Kalel Mullings, but I said Jordan Marshall, Micah Kapana are all working extremely hard. They remind me of myself when I was coming in. He said, I see Jordan Marshall He was just going over the playbook. It's like, okay, it's a very broad playbook with certain things you gotta learn, but the same thing that I was doing myself, and it reminded me a lot of that. He said the running back room is in good hands in the future for Michigan. Michigan football social media account also posted Michigan Made episode 1. A couple of the players and coaches made some comments throughout the video, talked about the culture. Kenneth Grant said maybe the people have changed, but the culture certainly hasn't changed. Tyler Morris also said, I think just getting everybody to buy in, everybody to be on the same page, that's what's going to get us to where we need to be. Tyler Morris also talked about winning the national championship. He said, I look back at it now, and I wouldn't say I get so emotional, but it's kind of just motivation, I guess, to get back there. Donovan Edwards also said the obligation has been completed, so why can't we do it again? Kenneth Grant also said the bar is never set, it only keeps getting higher and higher. There's no limit to our success. He said, I feel like we're being chased definitely because everyone is trying to do what we're doing, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing, but just get better at it. This team definitely motivated to, repeat what they did in the 2024 season, or 2023 through 2024 season. I do think the best thing about winning a national championship and having, the players that have experience winning a national championship, it just means that, the players on the team, the coaches who were there last year, they know what they have to do to win a national championship, how much work they have to put into it. So they know what needs to be done. And then I also wanted to talk about the EA Sports College Football 25 video game player ratings, as Michigan did have 5 players inside the top 100, and coming in at number 1, the number 1 rated player in the game with a 96 overall rating was cornerback Will Johnson. Mason Graham was 8th overall with a 95 rating. Colson Loveland was 33rd overall with a 92 rating. Running back Donovan Edwards was 49th overall with a 91 rating, and Kenneth Grant was 55th overall with a 91 rating as well. So pretty cool there. Let me know what you guys think about that. Video game drops July 19th, and you can play it 3 days early if you get the deluxe edition. Then I did want to talk about some recruiting news here. Not so much recruiting news, just wanted to talk about the 2025 class, where Michigan stands right now. Obviously, it was a slow start for the Wolverines, but they are now ranked number 11th with only 15 commits right now. 13 4-stars and just 2 3-stars. They also have 4 players in the top 100 and could potentially get a couple more. So Michigan, they have the quality commits right now. They just need to, add on to the quantity of the commits they have. So there's no doubt they should be able to get a top 10 class. This class is shaping out to be a very good class for Michigan. As you look at their position needs, they have filled their quarterback needs, running back needs. They got 2 tight ends out of Eli Owens and new commit Andrew Olesh. As far as wide receiver, they do have 1 commit out of the 4-star Jacob Washington, who is a 6'3" taller receiver that Michigan definitely needed. And currently, right now, I do see Michigan landing the 3-star speedy slot receiver Philip Wright, who is set to make his decision on Saturday, July 13th. Michigan also obviously leads for the top 100 receiver Andrew Marsh, and I did talk about it in my last video. Taz Williams is set to announce July 13th as well, but it does appear that Penn State is trending to land him. There are also bigger targets like Derek Meadows and Jerome Miles. However, I don't see Michigan landing those recruits. Right now, Michigan has 2 offensive line commits out of Avery Gatch and Caden Strayhorn. Michigan, they were going after 3 Bishop Gorman offensive linemen. 2 of them are taken already. The last one on the board is Ale Kalaniuvalu. Oregon has gotten predictions in to land him, but Michigan, they are still going after the big fish, which is obviously the 5-star offensive tackle Andrew Babalola, and it appears to be a Stanford-Michigan battle right now. On the defensive line, they have 4 commits. They do need a nose tackle, though. I think that's what they will try to focus more on, so they could get, 1 or 2 more commits on the defensive line. As far as linebackers go, Michigan, they got a 3-star Chase Taylor. They are still going after the top 100 linebacker Nathaniel Wusu Boateng from IMG Academy, which right now I would almost say that Michigan may have the lead in that recruitment right now. If not, they are definitely in the top 3 or 2. As far as defensive backs go, obviously Michigan has 2 top 100 safeties out of Kainoa Winston and now Ivan Taylor. Michigan did recently make the Final Four for the 4-star safety Jordan Young. They're also still going after Alex Graham, who's currently committed to Colorado. But Michigan really does need some cornerbacks in the class. They have no cornerbacks. However, one guy is Jaden Sanders, the 4-star cornerback from the state of Texas. He's set to be at the barbecue at the Big House this month. Michigan does have a 93.8% chance to land him on the recruiting prediction machine. There are a couple of flip targets like Kalen Singleton and Donovan Starr. If I had to guess, Michigan, they hopefully will land Jaden Sanders, who will probably be their most top-rated cornerback in the class, and they could, bring in like another 3-star cornerback. But I'm sure Lamar Morgan will get it done. He has done a phenomenal job in his first couple of months here as the new defensive backs coach for Michigan, already landing 2 top 100 recruits. So let me know what you guys think about that. With that, though, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you're new around here. I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.